Crystal Williams reporting for CVM News.
Time now for a break. We'll have more when we come back.
In need of a loan? AIM Financial is the place to go. We have loans from $20,000 to $3.3 million. Get a loan to pay school or college tuition, medical expenses, bills, fix up your house, buy furniture and appliances, repair or buy a car. And when you're done, take a vacation loan. AIM has a loan for any purpose. Call AIM today. You won't find a better deal elsewhere. Guaranteed.
Every day starts with care. Care that's always close. Supermed Family of Pharmacies is where you go for everything you need. From your morning routine to life's biggest moments. Supermed Family of Pharmacies is always by your side. Whether it's prescriptions or household essentials, trust the care that's close to home. Super happy, super healthy, Supermed.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
Welcome back. We're continuing the news. As Jamaica's coral reefs continue to decline, scientists at the Alligator Head Foundation in Portland are quietly carrying out one of the most delicate conservation efforts in the Caribbean, growing baby corals in a controlled lab before returning them to the sea. In this CVM News follow-up, our reporter Kevin Black shares a process that could help rebuild the island's underwater ecosystem.
These corals will swim down, attach themselves to the pink cement, and this is where they'll live for the rest of their lives.
In this CVM News exclusive, we are here at the Alligator Head Foundation in Port Antonio, where we discover more about coral reefs.
So every day we have to come in and do routine maintenance of our cultures, and by culture I mean the eggs that we would have fertilized after our spawning experience. So a part of that process involves, one, rinsing the sides of the containers, because the eggs will actually stick to the sides of the containers, and we don't want them to stick to the sides of the containers, and they'll also clump together, and we don't want them to clump together either. We want to see how the eggs are progressing. So we'll take a sample from our container and we'll look at it under the microscope so that we can see what stage of development the eggs are at.
In addition to working with fertilized coral eggs, the team also relies on asexual reproduction to rapidly increase coral numbers. By cutting larger colonies into microfragments and placing them in controlled tanks, they trigger faster growth, supported by careful feeding to supplement the coral's development.
So what we'll do is we'll actually take larger colonies of corals from the wild. We'll bring them into our lab and we'll cut them into small microfragments, which are about 1 square centimeter, sometimes a little more, sometimes less, depending on the species. So once we get these microfragments, we put them in suitable environments, and this suitable environment is going to be based off of temperature, salinity, wave action, and we also feed them to supplement growth.
Once the baby corals mature enough, they're ready for the next step, settlement. The foundation introduces specially shaped cement cookies, which act as tiny homes for the young corals.
Once the baby corals get far enough in their development, we can then start putting in what we call settlement substrates, which is essentially just cement that we make in a cookie shape. And what the corals will do is that they'll actually swim down from the water's surface and attach themselves to these cookies. Now, to make these cookies good for corals, we put them out at sea, and once they're at sea, they develop something called pink cement, which we call CCA. And once corals can identify this CCA through biological processes. So they have sensors that will help them to detect chemical cues from this pink cement.